Part one in a new series on Michael Singer's The Untethered Soul, the New York Times bestseller. The introduction coming up right after this. Hey everyone, welcome to the Yoel Presents YouTube channel. Welcome back if you're a returning visitor or subscriber. And if you have subscribed since my last video or in general, I am very grateful to you. If you haven't yet, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That will definitely encourage me to continue producing videos just like this one on this brand new series on Michael Singer's The Untethered Soul. And it will also help you not miss a future video. Comments and feedback are welcome, as well as likes are all appreciated, always appreciated, I should say. And today's video, as I alluded to, is a brand new series on Michael Singer's The Untethered Soul. If you wanted to know a little bit more about Michael Singer, I'm not going to get into it in this video because of not wanting to bog you down too much. You can actually learn all about his story in the book, The Surrender Experiment. I actually read this book first before I read The Untethered Soul. The Surrender Experiment is essentially Michael Singer's life story, applying the principles that he teaches in his book, The Untethered Soul. This book, The Untethered Soul, went on to become a New York Times #1 bestseller. By the way, you may have noticed in my video library, I've done a series on Michael Singer's latest book called Living Untethered, which is essentially the untethered soul on steroids. He pretty much expounds upon the principles in this book, The Untethered Soul, but this was really the landmark book that got the world's attention, including Oprah and Tony Robbins and everybody out there. Now, I want to be clear from the outset that I don't claim to be a guru. This isn't about me preaching or teaching you anything. I'm simply here to learn along with you. I know that sounds kind of trite, but that's the honest truth. And essentially the intention of this video series is that I want to go through the book. When it's a smaller chapter, maybe read the entire chapter. So we're going to start with the introduction. And on the introduction, I will be reading the entire chapter because it's shorter. But in other chapters that are longer, we'll do like bite-sized readings of the chapter. And then I'll summarize at the end some of the takeaways that I took from what we've read so that you can kind of encapsulate it into smaller bite-sized chunks. So that's my intention. And of course, any feedback that you leave along the way will help further broaden our understanding of the book. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the introduction of Michael Singer's The Untethered Soul. It starts with a quote from William Shakespeare. It states, "This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man." William Shakespeare. Let's begin. The Untethered Soul, the introduction. Shakespeare's age-honored words, spoken by Polonius to his son Laertes, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, in Act 1 of Hamlet, sound so clear and unambiguous. They tell us that to maintain honest relations with others, we must first be true to ourselves. Yet if Laertes were to be totally honest with himself, he would realize that his father may as well have told him to catch the wind. After all, to which self, quote unquote, are we to be true? Is it the one that shows up when we're in a bad mood? Or the one that is present when we feel humbled by our mistakes? Is it the one who speaks from the dark recesses of the heart when we're depressed or upset? Or the one that appears during those fleeting moments when life seems so fanciful and light? From these questions, we see that the concept of self may turn out to be a bit more elusive than initially presumed. Perhaps if Laertes could have turned to traditional psychology, it would have shed some light on the subject. Freud, 1927, the father of psychology, divided the psyche into three parts: the id, the ego, and the superego. He saw the id as our primal animal nature, the superego as the judgment system that society has instilled within us, and the ego as a representative to the outside world that struggles to maintain a balance between the other two powerful forces. But this certainly would not have helped young Laertes. After all, to which of these conflicting forces are we to be true? Again, we see that things are not always as simple as they seem. If we dare to look past the surface of the term self, quote unquote, questions arise that many people would rather not ask. Are the many aspects of my being all equally part of myself, quote unquote, or is there only one of me? And if so, which, where, how, and why? In the following chapters, we will undertake a journey of exploration of self, but we will not do so in a traditional manner. We will neither call upon the experts in psychology, nor upon the great philosophers. We will not argue and choose between time-honored religious views, or resort to statistically supported surveys of people's opinions. We will instead turn to a single source that has phenomenal direct knowledge on the subject. We will turn to the one expert who, for every moment of every day of their life, has been collecting the data necessary to finally put this great inquiry to rest. And that expert is you. But before you get too excited or decide that you're not up to the task, first be clear that we're not after your views or opinions on the subject. Neither are we interested in what books you have read, classes you have taken, nor seminars you have attended. We are only interested in your intuitive experience of what it is like to be you. We are not looking for your knowledge, we are seeking your direct experience. You see, you can't fail at this because yourself, quote unquote, is what you want. And at times, and in all places. We simply need to sort it out. After all, it can get quite confusing in there. The chapters of this book are nothing but mirrors for seeing yourself, quote unquote, from different angles. And though the journey we are about to embark on is an inner one, it will draw upon every aspect of your life. The only requirement asked of you is the willingness to honestly look at yourself in the most natural, intuitive manner. Remember, if we are seeking the root of self, what we are actually seeking is you. As you read through these pages, you will find that you know much more than you thought you did about some very deep subjects. The fact is, you already know how to find yourself. You have just gotten distracted and disoriented. Once refocused, you will realize that you not only have the ability to find yourself, you have the ability to free yourself. Whether you choose to do so or not is entirely up to you. But upon completion of your journey through these chapters, there will be no more confusion, no more lack of empowerment, and no more blaming others. You will know exactly what must be done. And should you choose to devote yourself to the ongoing journey of self-realization, you will develop a tremendous sense of respect for who you really are. It is only then that you will come to appreciate the full depth of meaning in the advice, "This above all, to thine own self be true." And that's the end of the chapter. I just jotted down some notes here for some takeaways that you can take from this introduction. So Singer starts off with asking, what is the self? Okay, so when we say be true to yourself, have you ever thought about that? Who is the self that we're talking about? Things are not as simple as they seem if we start digging beneath the surface. This doesn't depend on religion or any philosophies. It only depends on one thing, on one expert, and that expert is you. We are only interested in your intuitive experience of what it is to be you. It doesn't take any books, doesn't take any classes, any religious upbringing, or any courses, just you. The only requisite is that you have willingness. Willingness to honestly look at yourself. And I talk a lot about the idea of having that willingness and being able to suspend that cynicism that you may be feeling. This is just another self-help book. Have that willingness. Be willing to be willing. You actually know yourself, but you've gotten scrambled and distracted, Singer says. This book will help you find yourself and free yourself from those distractions and confusion. There will be no more lack of empowerment or anyone that you're going to want to blame. You will develop a tremendous respect for who you really are. And then you really will be able to be true to yourself and to really free yourself. I hope you found this video insightful. A lot of it may indeed sound vague and ambiguous, and that makes sense. It's just the introduction to the book as we continue to explore ourselves as we go through the chapters of the book in this new video series. You're going to learn more and more about yourself, and the insights may surprise you, may please you, may scare you, may give you pause to concern. It can bring you all those emotions, and as you'll soon see as we read the book, that's all cool because you're going to sit in the center of self, and you're going to observe it all and realize that's all cool. It's good with me. I can take sadness. I can take happiness. I can take fear. I can take anger. I can just watch it. I can be separate and apart from it. You will see more as we continue to move on. I want to be clear, by the way, that I'm no guru. I don't claim to be a guru. I've just read the book a whole bunch of times, and I've read other books of his. And so I just have experienced it that much quicker than you have if you're getting to Michael Singer the first time. But we're all in this together. We're all here to learn together. And that's a good segue to saying, if you have any comments or feedback or questions about Singer, about anything you've read, anything you heard in this video today, we'd love to hear from you. More questions and more comments, the merrier, so to speak. And that will help further deepen all of our understanding, because I can look at those comments and hopefully address it in a future video, especially as the channel is in its infancy. There's a greater chance that I'll actually see your comment and be able to respond to it. If you have not yet subscribed, I'd be grateful if you took a second to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you won't miss the next video in this video series and other videos that I've done. And of course, you can hit that like button, share this video with anybody who you think would enjoy this series or any other videos in my library as well. And as always, I am grateful that you visited. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Hey, thanks for watching. I know your time is valuable, and that's one of the many reasons I'm grateful that you watched my video. Check out the next video in this series or in my library. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell so that you don't miss a future video. And it will also help me to continue producing videos just like this one. I appreciate it.